Hello, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. It is outstanding to have you. My name is Chris, otherwise known as Wolfie, and we are live once again with Massively Overpowered's OPTV, and this is BitCraft. Now, this one is pretty interesting, or it could be interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I've been reporting on this game. Actually, Massively Overpowered in general has been reporting on this thing for quite some time. It is a empire building sandbox MMORPG that seems to kind of like lean a lot more on cooperation and things of that sort. I believe there is some PvP, and there's certainly like nations built that people building nations. There's going to be some borders and clashes and things of that sort too. I assume economic PvP is also going to be a thing. So I don't know. It seems like it's a game that's just on the periphery of my interest, but I've never really had the opportunity to take a closer look myself up until recently. They are allowing their current test slash demo, and they call it both. They call it an open test and a demo at the same time. But they're letting everybody into the game for the next week and a half or so, or 2 weeks before it goes into early access. So now is as good a time as any to try it out, right? Might as well actually get my hands in there and see what's going on, at least for a little bit. And naturally, as part of our coverage at Massively Overpowered, I thought to be sure to share those initial thoughts and ideas and reactions with all of you. So to that point, my usual caveats when it comes to streams of this sort. First of all, this is still a game in progress. It is an early access demo. In the bottom right corner of the screen, you can't see it because of the graphics, but it does read an early access demo for the build identifier. So obviously not completed. And second of all, what I'm doing here isn't providing a first impression or even a review. I'm going to be streaming this for like an hour and a half. That is not enough time to formulate a full first impression of any sort. That said, I am going to, like I said, share my reactions, my thoughts, my initial responses, in both just to kind of like cover this game and add another little layer to what we're doing, and maybe ideally provide the developers of the title a little input as well, as part of a larger aggregate, right? So anyway, I think we are all set to go, so let's go ahead and give it a swing. Also good to see you, Average Teacup. Always wonderful to have you in the chat, friend. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, like I said, completely going into this absolutely without any foreknowledge whatsoever. I have never touched this game before. I've been keeping an eye on it, been writing news stories about it, but nothing replaces like actually trying the game. And wow, that is creepy as hell. Okay, I'm sorry. That I was not expecting Horror Doll to be my character, I assume. Why are my eyes glowing? You're about to get an exclusive first look at BitCraft ahead of its early access release. Thank you for joining. For this demo, professions and skills are kept at levels 20 and 10 respectively, so your settlement will remain in its early stages. I recommend following the demo quest lines, trying out the professions, and building up a small settlement to get the most out of your experience. Please also note that all progress will be lost when the demo ends. Oh, there you go. That just sort of gets everything into the groove, right? I hated the movement controls, but otherwise it was a fun demo that I played. Hey, alright, right on. Good to see you, Truckin' Gamer. Love the username, by the way. If it's click to move, I'm probably going to hate it as well. I just dislike click to move, but it's fine. You know, these things. It's also like a hexagonal map. Like, it's literally a hex crawl in terms of the way it's laid out, which is kind of interesting. I kind of dig on that aesthetic. Honestly, the aesthetic of the game in general just looks pretty pleasing. You play as Pinocchio, apparently. A possessed Pinocchio, even. Your UI is using the light mode theme by default, but you can also try out dark mode on the graphics tab of the settings menu if you prefer. By default, it will start on low graphics. I encourage you to raise it to a higher setting if your system permits. Happy Hexploring. Oh, bravo. Yes. Good work, Clockwork Labs. I appreciate a good portmanteau / pun. Well done.
I know.
I do. Love it. Oh no! Arrow keys, but also you hold down the middle mouse button. Okay. Wow. Zoomies. Zoomies. And clicky to reset the view. It is click to move, but you can also hold down the button and maneuver. Alright, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Alright, first things first. Let's go on ahead and adjust our visuals a bit, shall we? Yep. And vertical sync on. Because I just dislike visual tearing. Put it into dark mode. And actually, that's, as a dark mode goes, that's actually really quite lovely. The light mode is actually a nice color scheme as well. Like, it's not like blinding white or anything. It's like this sort of like lovely, pleasing taupe. But then like the dark mode is also like this really lovely, like sort of blue, midnight blue. That's kind of nice. I'm so used to WASD that using arrow keys annoyed me so much. Yeah, I would definitely not. I can't. So like the controls scheme in like MapleStory, for example, miserable, absolutely awful. They used arrow keys for movement and stuff like that. It was really bad. But you can like hold down the middle mouse button and spin the camera, so that's not so bad. That is a nice dark mode. I approve, and I hate dark modes in general. There you go. Where are you going? This way. Spacebar to sprint. Okay. Oh, it's a toggle. Okay. Nice. Oh, you caught me. You're faster than I expected. Where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wisp. Probably don't remember much of the before times, do you? Recall your name or having something I could refer to you by? And if you don't remember, you could just make something up. My name is... you can't put in spaces. My name is Wolfie Puppet. Perfect. Is that you correct? Yes. Wolfie Puppet, nice to meet you. You've been up for a while, so let's get you recalibrated. Wow, the whole Pinocchio / puppet thing might not be too far off the mark. My middle mouse button is stiff, so that's a no-go. Ah, okay. Well, that would definitely be a problem. You know, Wolfie Puppet sounds like a name of someone with great style. You should consider changing up your look to match. I mean, not that you don't look great already. All the same, why don't you try opening your vault and see if there's anything you'd like to change about your look? Alright, seems reasonable. In your vault, you can change your hairstyle, hair color, clothes, mask type, mask pattern, and even your body color. Give it a try. Interesting. Okay. So can I, like, see this in real time, I assume? So that's... Yeah, okay, that is it. I can see it in real time. Okay, nice. Alright, is there a mask pattern? Okay, what is mask pattern? Oh, these are the actual, like, eye glows. Okay. Man, they're all kind of horrible, so we'll just lean into it and go, like, blinding neon green. That works. Hair color. Not an awful lot of selection, but that's alright. Hide head? Oh, as in a headpiece, I assume. Don't really have any sort of outfits, so that works. Wonderful, you look fantastic. You use some stamina running towards me there. Your health and stamina will recover slowly on their own if they haven't drained recently. But the best way to restore stamina and health is to eat food. Eating food also fills your hunger bar. If that ever goes empty, you'll begin starving and take damage until you find something to eat. Ah, boo, hunger mechanics. Seeing as how you just awakened in an open field, though, I happen to have a few mushroom skewers I can share. Cheers. The black cloud from BDO, but nice. This is like Glitch. You start with a blank character and you can choose your style. Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Oh, alright. Perfect. You continue to recover stamina over time. Better foods will last longer and can sometimes even make you stronger. Even eating more immediately won't restore stamina any faster, so don't stuff your face. How dare you call me out like that? I excuse me, I resemble that remark. Now then, it seems your memory has degraded somewhat. Not to worry. You'll pick up how to do things again by rediscovering them in the world. I'll lead you to some resources you haven't discovered yet, so you can expand your knowledge. To start, I'll teach you how to gather again. Right? Oops, I skipped through that because, alright. Right click to quick interact, okay. As in the wood, I assume. Define better food gain. Yeah, seriously, alright? Always remember that right-clicking can be used to quickly interact with your surroundings. Let's try another method. Now try shift right-clicking to open your context menu and choose Gather to get some flint from this resource. Okay, is there a difference? You're a natural at clicking. No, it seems like it's the same, as far as I could tell. If you open your map, I'll show you such a place. Okay. Whoa. See that icon on your map? It's an ancient town I found. Neat, huh? We should head over there. Sure, why not? Oh, is my character automatically moving since I clicked it? Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, okay. Starting from the Stone Age, yeah, for sure, definitely. My character absolutely has a Flintstone sort of look to it, doesn't it? It looks a little Betty Rubble, this outfit. Oh, hello there. This person just straight up walking their cart around. That's alright, neat. Is this my stamina? Yes, it is. Okay. Appears walking drains stamina. Or am I running? Oh, you know what? I was running that entire time, but that's fine. This definitely feels like WASD should be the form of movement, considering the perspective, but it's fine. That's all right. Flat land. I like that. Minecraft refuses to give me enough flat space. Yeah, no kidding, right? Interesting find, don't you think? There are quite a few of these ruined towns around. I think they were originally built by the makers. Anyway, before you do anything, you should attune your signature to this town so you return here if needed. Try interacting with that statue and set your home. Okay. Alright, gotcha. Right, now you'll be able to return here if needed. Remember, you can only have one place set as your home at a time. Now that we're here, let us use a workbench and make some tools. Why don't you try crafting a flint tool bundle at that workbench? Why don't I do that? That's a great idea. Glad I thought of it. I assume this is the workbench that this thing is referencing. Yep, alright. There's the flint tool bundle. So that actually, like, gives me a bundle that contains all the tools you need to get started. Oh, cool. Okay. So it is an actual bundle. Like, you could get a whole bunch of tools in one go. That's nice. Okay, sweet. Claim it. Here we go. Wow, that is a lot of tools. I'm surprised. We got an axe, we have a saw, a chisel, a pickaxe, a hammer, a knife, a quill, a machete, a rod, a hoe, some scissors, a bow, and a training short sword. Wow. That's quite a lot for not a whole lot of materials. That's cool. There we go. Excellent. These are some solid tools you just made. A little basic, but it's a good start. The more items you acquire, the more recipes and knowledge you'll learn. Be sure to craft newly discovered recipes. You never know what else you might discover. Holding on to these tools in your inventory isn't very useful. Try equipping these tools in your inventory. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So that's just some flint. That's the machete. Scissors. And a saw. Alright. The H for the character menu. Okay, oh, I found this bundle on the workbench. Sure, it doesn't belong to anyone. I hope. Here, take it. Yay, thievery! Now that you're equipped, it's time for the most important tool of all. Knowledge. Make sure to craft and pick up any items you see marked with a question mark badge. This will mark them as acquired in your compendium and has the potential to discover new recipes. Try to acquire some rough plant fiber and see if that leads to anything new. You should already have the tools you need from the bundle you crafted before, so if you didn't equip them all yet, now would be a good time. Alright. So H is a weird choice for a character sheet. It's an odd choice. Chisel, hammer. I could just equip all of these then? Is that what's going on here? Interesting. Look at all these tools in my pocket. This dress has a lot of pockets apparently, even though they're not visible. H for hero, like in oh, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I hadn't considered that. Nice work. Good work. Alright. Find a nearby bush from which to gather. Keep gathering from the bush until you acquire some rough fibers. Okay, fair enough. Alright, let's go out and find a bush. Bushy, brushy, bushy. Can I gather from this thing? Nope. Doesn't look like that's an interactable. Alright. Hard to tell what is an interactable bush and what isn't. But then again, I guess the fact that it lights up, that makes sense. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoa. Oh, what is all this then? Whoops. Something tells me I shouldn't be here. There we go. That's where I want to go. Alright, I was able to walk through the wall a little bit, sort of. That was odd. Anyway. I think games should offer an option of I don't need help and just a list of objectives for people who want to figure it out. Yeah, I don't disagree. Something tells me I shouldn't be here. I mean, just a random thought, I just wanted to get, Oh, wait. What is this? There's a bush. Okay. It's very handily that it pointed it out. I only just now noticed that there was an icon on my mini-map there. Foraging. Oh, it has a little pop-up bar that tells you that your skill is improving. That's nice. That's handy. I like that. Alt highlights things. Oh, does it? I'll have to check that in a minute. Great. Great find. That cargo of rough plant roots you're carrying on your back looks heavy. It'll prevent you from running, but we needed to make rough plant fiber. If you ever need to take a break, remember, you can drop it in from your inventory. But you don't need to take a break, do you? You're unstoppable! You're right. Ah, okay. So holding down Alt does light it up. That's pretty nice. Anyway. Okay, so back here. So, like, are these individual, like, bundles of materials that I can, like, get back and forth from that area? That's interesting. Flashbacks from Diablo 2. God, I hope not. No, it's just packs of material. Which is not bad. I don't mind that. I kind of like... It's a little tedious, but at the same time, it also gives like a sense of like you're hauling stuff back and forth. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Training shirts. We're using the rough plant roots I'm carrying, right? Oh, ancient foraging station. Oh, okay. Not the workbench. This the foraging station. There we go. Okay. I figured it out. Appreciate the thoughts, but I definitely would prefer to try to figure things out on my own where possible. Okay, there we go. That's what I need to do. So in order to... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. So in order to make fiber, I chop the heck out of it. All right. That's cool. Great job. Now that we have enough rough plant fiber, we can process it further at the ancient tailoring station. Let's refine it into rough spools of thread. Makes sense. And that would be over here. Alright, I'm going to join the cacophony of everybody else. It sounds like people are like wiping a very unshaven face with a really, really rough napkin. It's fine though. And it says to craft... Oh, 2 times. Okay, I gotta do a second one. Right. Alright. Gotta just hit the plus button, but it's fine. There we go. Nice. Great threads. Next up is the rough cloth strip. And great news, this won't require any active crafting from you since it's a passive craft. That means you can leave it unattended at a loom and the craft will complete on its own. Oh, nice. Passive crafting doesn't give any experience and your passive crafts can't be stolen by others. Anyone could be a thief, you know. Let's start the passive craft now. Afterwards, I've got something else to show you. Alright, makes sense. At a nearby loom. That's the spools of thread. There's the loom. Okay. Shame that you can't like use Alt and also the interact buttons. Okay. Hey, do you, there we go. See that tree there? That could be your very own cart with a little imagination. Well, get to chopping. Yeah, see that tree there? That tree on over yonder? Actually, not quite, but I do see the indicator on my map, so I'll go ahead and do a little bit of a sprinty just to get there. Oh, can you, like, click move on the map? No. Or the mini-map, I should say. No, you cannot. I hope they allow for the changing of movement controls when it comes out. They do, I might picked up this one. Yeah, I would definitely prefer Wazda for sure, but it's fine. This isn't terrible. And also, I kind of feel like I'm a little too tight in. I should probably be, like, further out in order to get a better sense of my location in the world. Nice! Managed to get a rough wood trunk. You can bring it back to town and split it into some rough wood logs for crafting. Never said making a cart was easy, did I? Yeah, no, you didn't. That's a fair point. Okay. Let's make way this way. Where is the hunger bar? That's teleport energy. That's hunger. Oh, there's hunger. Okay. All right. So ideally, the hunger depletion won't be so much that it feels oppressive. Like you have to constantly be eating and drinking over and over and over again. Like that's one of the things I really dislike about a lot of survival games. Like managing hunger and thirst isn't fun under any circumstances. I've yet to find any survival sandbox that does it in an interesting and fun way. And especially when it's like a hard requirement for regular existing. You know what I mean? But who knows? Maybe this degradation won't be so bad that it feels like a chore. It's a tough tightrope walk. Honestly, I appreciate that. There we go. All right. You should almost have enough materials to make a card. How exciting! Remember the passive craft started? Well, you'll need those materials for your card along with the wood. Let's get what we need and make that card. All right. Yeah, you can't like hold down Alt and like click to move. That's a weird choice. I don't know why that's not something that can happen, but it's fine, I guess. I think it was near the tailoring station, right? Ah, there it is. Okay. All right. Couple more minutes and then they'll be ready to go. Craft rope using your cloth strips. Ancient tailoring station. And rough plank by stripping the logs at the ancient carpentry station and turn those into planks. Press U or hold down Alt to view nearby station names. Oh. Oh, U is a toggle. Okay. So Alt is like the hold to look, and then U is the hard toggle. So that allows you to like move around. Okay, that's good. I like that. That's much nicer, actually. That is a whole lot nicer. A few seconds left. So where is the... I assume the wood station was probably near the... near that, yeah. It was probably near the carpentry or the woodworking area. That's fine. Okay. We have that. Scholar Station. There's the... Oh wait, no, that's... So that's the forestry station. Where's the carpentry station? Oh, right there. There it is. Okay, found it. It's not like you're crafting in DDO. Yeah, yeah. I mean, sure, true, not wrong. All right, so this is an active trap. So when like a character is doing an animation, I assume it like indicates it's an active craft as opposed to the passive craft. So. And now I can change those into planks. Yes. Alright, it's not what I would call the most thrilling crafting by any stretch of the imagination. You're still hitting a button and waiting for a bar to fill. That's ultimately kind of blasé, but at the same time, it's, you know, there's a lot of layers to it. So that could be interesting. Okay. Craft a rough rope with the... Okay, so I need to go to the tailoring station. Alright. This is over here. There's the rough rope. There we go. And that's where the scissors come into play, I assume, it looks like. Slowly but surely. Making a rope. Hot rope making action! You know what game, like, made crafting really interesting for me? And it's a little hard to, like, compare to other games because, like, it's a VR game. I'm actually blanking out on the name of it. But, like, you actually had to, like, swing the hammer on things in order to make it. Make stuff. Okay. Craft a deed card at the Ancient Carpenter Station. Right. Oops. Wrong button. But, like, the fact that you had, like, even if it's, like, a sort of a random little mini game, you know what I mean? Like, that at least kind of makes crafting just a little more involved, you know what I mean? It gets you in there. I kind of appreciate that. And clicking a button and letting a bar fill and just having things happen isn't astonishing, but, you know, it's fine. It works. It's functional. And so far, I do have to say, the hunger bar deprecation doesn't seem to be too quick, which is nice. I appreciate that. Okay, I have a cart deed. You did it! What you made there is a deed for your cart. First, add it to your vaults. Okay. So... Ah, there we go. Now deploy it from your vaults. Okay, so the vault is V. Deploys. Bonk. Ah, okay. I deploy by waving my hands and pondering the invisible orb. It's carty time! Ah, look at you with your puns, Wisp. I love it. True work of cart. I'm really impressed. Okay, now I'm starting to love it less. Alright, I'll stop now, sorry. You can use that cart to haul plenty of cargo and items that you normally wouldn't be able to carry. And don't worry, it's safe from many would-be thieves. No one can touch its contents but you. Let's store it in your vault again. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Ah, that's right. Collect cart to vault. Okay. Because that, all right, so that's where the context menu with shift right click has value then. Okay, got it. Great. Just remember that any items in your cart will drop to the ground if you store it. If you want to store items for a longer time, you can check out the bank. Okay. BitCraft, more like, never mind, I'm too innocent for that joke. Sure you are, Deviant. Also, good to see you. Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the stream, friend. Alright, so I'm being directed in this direction, so let's head that way. I assume it's pointing out where the bank is at. I think we can spare a quick bit of running. Oh. Excuse me, had to go on there. Here's the bank where all your items will be in safe hands. Banks can be found in ruined towns like these, or they can be built in settlements run by other people. Remember that if you store your items in a bank rather, you can only collect those items from that same bank. What happens if your items are in a bank run by someone else and they demolish it? Let me show you. Meet Wisp at the recovery station. Okay. Sometimes your items in someone else's settlement can go missing. Maybe they deconstruct the bank where your items are stored, or perhaps they stop maintaining the station where you were crafting. Whenever something like that happens and it's outside of your control, your missing belongings will appear in a recovery station like this one. They will always be sent to the recovery station in the nearest ruined town, so you can find them again. Now then, Waystones, I'll meet you there. Okay. That's actually a pretty handy feature. I appreciate that. The fact that, like, a settlement could be eliminated at any time and you don't lose out on your materials is a nice touch. I appreciate that. Ah, that's a waystone, it looks like. Okay. Fancy. Fancy. At these waystones, you can teleport to any other waystone in the world. Neat, huh? It comes at the cost of travel energy, which will regenerate over time, or you can boost it with certain items. You can teleport with all your items, but not cargo. And the more items you're carrying and the further you're going, the more travel energy it will cost. I'll mark all the waystones in the ruined towns as waystones. I'll mark all the waystones in the ruined towns as waystones on the map for you. Wow, that was a sentence. Any other waystone in another settlement will only become available when you visit. That makes sense. Some waystones are far away in different regions. Some regions may be more crowded than others, so there is a chance that you may have to wait in a queue to teleport. Looking around, I can see some of the travelers are anxious to meet you. Sure. I saw Ramparte, I assume, grumbling about something, and it seems like Heimlich is cooking up a storm. Ah, alright. So I have a couple of people to talk to, it looks like. Whoa. Whoa, I was not expecting giant fluffy bug dude. Hi there, hello. Rico. Well, hello there. Have you come to learn the art of construction? The pursuit of perfection is a daunting one indeed. But where are my manners? I am Brico, at your service. Truth be told, these past few years have been rather lonely. I think I'll linger here a while and lend a hand with the upkeep of the settlement. It is quite lonely, you see. There's a market nearby that supplies me with materials that I need. You can browse listings created by others like yourself. Or put your own items up for sale. Each market is unique to a settlement. If you're crafty, you could buy some rare items for cheap at one market and sell them for a profit at another. Want a much broader overview of what's for sale in markets around the world? Be sure to check out the market search. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work. Don't go breaking anything I fixed. Yeah, fair. Rico is so fluffy. I know, right? And look at he's like using his fluff to store his tools. Look at all these bags and chests and like that's fluffy guy got some carrying capacity. That's impressive. Check the market search. Ah, okay. So Brico's tasks refresh in an hour, apparently. Alright, and now we have this person. This large snail? Oh, Maker's visitor. I wasn't expecting, well, anyone really. You're welcome, of course. I was just preparing a meal, you see. If you're hungry, I could share. Or if you'd rather, I could show you how it's done. Cooking is a kind of magic, you know, just with more stirring. And fewer incantations, usually. If you care to try your hand at cooking, why not try a plain mushroom skewer? There are plenty of mushrooms about. Take a look. Alright, makes sense. Or are those the... Let's check the indicators here. That's Brico. These are player icons, I assume. Yeah, those are player icons. Okay. Quite a few people milling about, I have to say. Alright. So I need to locate some mushrooms. Unless there's one. Oh, that's the cooking station. Yeah, that's the actual cook pot. Alright, got it. Doesn't tell me what that is when I mouse over it. That's okay, though. Heimlich is taking his roof with him, usually. Useful, right? Very useful. Recovery chests. Oh, that's our next dude here, it looks like. Wow. The character designs in this game are kind of something else. Look at this guy. That's really interesting. I kind of dig it. I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty impressed. Right, let me take a quick route. I doubt that mushrooms are just out. But then again, it did say that they were like nearby, supposedly, so. Alessi's hideout, a large Ferrolith cave. You would assume mushrooms would be like hiding in like caves, right? I could be wrong. Yeah, see, the U doesn't actually like highlight any sort of resources, so I kind of have to use my special eyes. That's a star bulb plant. Okay. Not what I was technically looking for, but we'll take it. What did that give me? Wild vegetable seeds. Interesting. Okay. Can be turned into white onion seeds by a farmer. Ah, neat. Looks like those are flint. A strawberry bush. Hey, alright. Again, not what I need, but I'm learning skills still, so there is some value in gathering up things anyway. Also, plenty of berries just pouring out of this bush. Love to see it. And the yield from this one strawberry bush is impressive. Basic citric berry. Berry full of citric acid. Could be used by a scholar to make a solvent for refining metal. What? Really? Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Not what I was expecting. Nope, don't want that. Oop, wrong button. Oh, that's the bank, I assume. Yeah, okay. Trees. Mud mound. What can I get from here? Clay. Okay, well that makes sense. A lump of clay can be used to build or craft something or even pave the ground. Ah. Hey, foraging is at level 2. Good stuff. Wait. Alright, that's lavender. That's not anything I need, but again, getting more skills. And the cacophony of people building stuff in the town is quite impressive. It's not super loud, though, at least. At least not to my ear. Alright, so now I'm wondering if perhaps maybe mushrooms are in the cave. I'm gonna check it out after I finish harvesting this lavender. I almost said harvesting this lavender. That was a flour that could be grinded up to make pigment or used to make tea. Delicious. I'm just kind of hoovering up all of the materials right now. There's no rhyme or reason or focus to any of this. Just sort of like, hey, I can click on this thing. Clicky, clicky. Is there a journal button? No, that's the market search. Whoops. Oh, that's just a... Achievements, traveler tasks. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Not what I was looking for, but interesting. That's the vault. That's the inventory. That's the character sheet. Compendium? No, not necessarily. Well, anyway. Alright, let me take a look here. Oh, I forgot the I had to use the middle mouse in order to maneuver here. What? That's Romarte or whatever. That's a home teleport. Well, that was weird. Am I running? I think no, I'm walking. Okay. Unless I was running and then that's what stopped me from moving. Twins. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna wander around for a moment, see if I can't find that cave again, and maybe get a little risky bit new and see what's in there. Just to try around. So far, I didn't see any group activity, but people are providing nice background notes. Yeah, no, they are. It definitely is active, that's for sure. There's a whole lot of people just crafting and gathering and carting around stuff, so it's definitely lots of people doing things. But also, it does seem to sort of like be like alone in a crowd right now. Just right now, though. That's fine. Alright, so I feel like I should stay out of Alessi's hideout. But I'm curious if there is anything inside of this large Pharolith cave that could possibly destroy my face. Or possibly give me mushrooms. I would prefer the mushrooms. Let's see. Again, I'm going under the logic that like that mushrooms are hiding in caves, right? So let's see if that checks out. Oh, that's an enemy. That's mining. Oh no, that's not an enemy. That's a cart. I'm an idiot. Can I mine this? Yes, yes I can. Pharolith vein. I wonder if I'm helping out. Are nodes individualized or am I helping this person, I wonder? It seems like I'm joining in. I had to assume this person was kind of like, you know what, I should probably just mine my own then. Net Omega Gaming, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks so much for the support. Hope you enjoy your visit with us here today. And we're looking forward to having you for more streams later on. Alright, so this seems like a good time to like deploy my cart in order to like being asked where the card is. Feels a little like RuneScape. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Also, thank you so much for the Prime subscription, Net Omega. Appreciate that support. That's extremely generous of you. I always like to point out, as usually over and over again, that like people who subscribe are extremely welcome and it's greatly appreciated. But at the same time, those who decide to drop a Prime subscription on our channel, it's extremely valuable. Like that's super kind of you. All right. View card storage. Okay, so okay, that's where that goes then. It looks like okay. Interesting. So it's kind of like, it's sort of like, it is very RuneScape-like. It's RuneScape-esque, for sure. So then, like, the bundles of ore... Oh, no, they are immediately going into the cart. Okay. And not every strike yields an item. Especially considering my, my level... Alright, okay. But you're still, like, gaining experience as you're swinging, whether it's a miss or a hit. So, that's not too bad. Okay. I do have to say, the cart stuff for, like, all of this gathering, especially gathering in mass, that's really, really cool. I like that. Been watching this game for some time now. How is it for you so far? It's not bad. I'm curious. I don't know if it's something I'm super invested in yet, but like, oh, I'm out of stamina. That's why I'm okay. Is there like a rest? Passive stamina regen. Okay. There's no like rest button, I assume. All right. Oh wait, I have things to claim, I guess, apparently. So let me just check the setting or the controls really quickly, just to see if there isn't like a sit or a rest button. Click to move on minimap. Oh, that is an option. Sweet. Like that. Keybinds. Quick actions. Quick eat. Shift E. Quick deploy. / store. Shift V. Quick board. Doesn't. Let's see, movement interaction, target move interact. Cancel move, doesn't have a necessary button. Target cycling. Oops. Let's see. Alright. I guess there is no, like, carrying a heavy cargo, movement speed is encumbered. Yeah, alright, that's fine. And then, like, I assume... I wonder... Can I just drop this in here? Yes, I can. Nice. Okay. That is very handy. The cart system is actually probably one of the neatest things. In terms of how this game operates. I actually really dig on that quite a bit. That's really, really clever. Seems I need to eat. Maybe I do. Maybe, alright, you know what? Let's try it. Maybe I need to crush one of these and... But it did say to, like, not to stuff my face, but... Yeah, okay. Ah, it does fill it up fast. Alright, alright, alright. So I guess I did having more of the hunger does regenerate it faster. That makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Okay, not too bad. It looks like it can be a chill game and you can play at your own pace. A data 5 kids, time is limited. Oh well, in that case, yeah. In your situation, this seems like it's a great like semi-idle game. I don't want to necessarily call it straight up idle, right? Because you are still having to like pay attention to be active. Some items were dropped onto the ground, really. Hang on a second, let me move some stuff out of the way here. What was dropped on the ground then? Oh, the Ferrolith ore chunk? Can I not pick that up? I have space, do I not? Huh. You dropped items, right? Okay. So now it's coming back to my cart's inventory then? Question mark? Well, I'm not actually getting anything yet, so. Or is it a matter of encumbrance? No? I have space. I don't have any indication that I'm over encumbered or weighed down. Huh. Maybe I'll try that Eidolon meter this month. Hey, that's a good idea. Right on. Can I... Yes, I've claimed it. Okay. So, can I not, like, put it into the storage of this thing, then? I guess not. I guess I can only have, like, one bundle of one thing? I guess? That's... Huh. Maybe so. That's probably what's happening. I guess I can only... Which is an odd choice if that is the case. Unless I'm missing something here. I don't know. Excuse me. That's very odd. That is very, very weird. If that is indeed the case. But, it's unfortunate, but not a huge deal breaker necessarily. Maybe? Oh, you know what? Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's because of it's a 2 block at. Oh, you know what? That's a good point, Ned. Let's test that out, shall we? Where is the bank? Okay, my character is just kind of roaming around. Hang on a second. That's a teleport. All right, I'm gonna walk it over. The map doesn't have all of the icons, which is kind of odd. Unless there's a filter. Empire grid, that's F2. Doesn't really tell me much. Market search, let's chat. Huh. On any event. Alright, let's see if that's the case. I gotta find the bank here. Smelter, it's a kiln. Player housing catacombs. Okay, nice. Oh, my character was buzzing there for a half second. That's a recovery chest. So the vault is near there, or the bank is near the recovery chest. Oh, I should probably move around this piles of blocks. There's the... No. No, where? It's gotta be around here somewhere, yeah? $180 and... Oh, this... Oh, right. Okay. Damn. The biggest possible building, naturally. Why wouldn't it be there? Alright. So, let's see if this is the case. Ah, you're right. That is only have one, like, 2 slot thing. Ah, yeah, okay. Neat. Okay. Got it. Alright. Good to know, Okay. We're learning. Slowly but surely, we are learning. Cool. Alright. This is interesting. I am curious to try a little longer, but at the same time, I kind of want to see what this game does in early access. You know what I mean? I kind of want to, like, this is just a demo, and they did say at the beginning that your progress doesn't get saved. So, like, I'm not super attached to my character or my progression right now. But at the same time, I'm curious enough to want to, like, take a peek when early access does begin. That's neat. You must be able to upgrade your card. There must be a way. Or you, like, craft a better card or something like that. Like, things of that sort. I actually kind of like that. The fact that, like, cards, like, start off pretty rudimentary and then, like, have something to, like, move towards later. That's pretty cool. I like this. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Oh, and I just noticed, too, that, like, the things that you've interacted with kind of, like, show up when you have the Alt or the U key pop-ups in front of you. That's nice. Let's test that theory. No, well, no, I was harvesting strawberries, and these bushes aren't lit up, but then again, I'm familiar with them anyway. Like, they light up. It indicates that it can be gathered, so... Oh, wait a second. I need my cart. Is that the cave? I believe that was the cave I was just in. Yeah, it is. Okay. So now I should be able to, like, pick up the bundle of ore that was on the ground. Assuming that is my bundle of ore. And just kind of haul it over. Yeah, this is the Fairlith Cave. Okay, so yeah, then I should be able to just pick up my stuff, I believe. There we go. Gonna disappear into the rocks. Okay. So I have that. That's not my chunk, so I can't actually claim it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and pick up my cart. And I am stuck. There we go. So now that can go there. Oop. Okay. All right, we're learning. That's actually pretty neat. I kind of dig on the fact that like there's like different sizes. So then not only can your cart be upgraded, I have to assume that your inventory can be upgraded too. Like this is like the heavy or the large pack stuff. That's pretty neat. I kind of dig on it. That's probably the most interesting. I never would have thought I'd say this. That's the most interesting part of this whole thing is the fact that like there's like inventory storage mechanics. Like that's a lot more involved than I was anticipating, to be very honest with you. How interesting. All right, yeah, I'm curious. I'm intrigued to learn more, I think, but I do believe that is going to be it for this stream for today. But yeah, this has my intrigue. I'm curious to learn more and check it out when it does enter into early access in a couple of weeks' time. But for the time being, thank you so very much for hanging out, Mr. Garsh Darn. I love that name. Hey. My pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out today. We hope you'll join us for more streams for the rest of the week like usual. Later on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, it is Funky Friday with MJ. She is going to be streaming some party animals. On a Saturday, June 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern, MJ and Larry are live together for some Dune Awakening. And then on Sunday, June 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern, myself and the Eorzea Sunday crew will be together for some Final Fantasy XIV. Thinking we're going to continue on with the Arcadian Raid that was released a little while ago.
Yes.
I think I have an affirmative from my best friend.
Yes.
So, anyway, we hope you join us for all of that. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, thank you for all the support you provide to Massively Overpowered. Sorry, I was distracted by my character wildly chipping away at this ferrolite. Anyway, thank you so much for all the support, whether you are watching our streams live or on demand, reading what we have to write on the website, or if you're doing generous things like donating bits to the channel, subscribing to the channel, whitelisting the ads on the sites, or if you're one of our amazing Patreon supporters. No matter what you do, top to bottom, you are the fuel that keeps Massively OP going. We will see you later tonight. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye!